Okay, so this is going to be a bullish video about crypto. Yep, the market's down. 2025 has been horrendous so far, but I want to look at the positives. I want to outline what might be in store for us, which is good in 2025, and why we actually might move up from where we are right now in the markets. Quick introduction, if you're new around here, I am Jake on Block. I am a growth hacker in crypto. I've helped over 20 projects launch and grow in this space, combined market caps over $1 billion. Best-selling author on crypto growth, and also a member of the Forbes Business Council. So as you can imagine, it's very important that I keep a track of what's going on in the markets and also what catalysts might stem for the crypto market to grow rapidly so that I can prepare clients of ours and of course the resources that we produce for the space wide for anything that might be around the corner. So the first thing is our current position. I've been saying for weeks now, maybe longer than that, on this channel that I really think we need a period of consolidation before we can move up. A lot of value has been shed from the crypto market so far in 2025, which a lot of people, including myself, did not expect. But we are where we are, and over the last 3 to 4 weeks, we've bottomed in a lot of alts, potentially. And what I mean by that is a lot of the alts, and even if you look at the likes of bigger coins bigger alts such as Solana and Ethereum, they kind of tanked down to certain prices, and now they're kind of in a range. Now, we need that consolidation because it's a sign that a lot of the liquidity that was going to come out of the market has come out of the market. Anyone that was going to sell has sold. Any of the JEETs are out the game, and that we can start to move up from here because there is heavy dominance in stablecoins right now. And I'm hoping that that is just people waiting to buy back in, but they're waiting for that consolidation, that signal that there is some form of bottom forming, and then now is a time to get involved in the markets. And if you think of it this way, no one wants to catch a falling knife, right? People want to see that there is a bottom in place, and then there's some positive factors going on elsewhere that are seeing the market move up. And obviously that's what we're going to discuss in this video. The second point here is regulatory clarity. So a big vocal point of Trump is really that he wants to bring a good framework into crypto. And I'm a huge advocate for this. There is way too much nonsense that goes on in this market that leads to people losing money. And there's way too much liquidity being drained by bad actors in the space. If we have a good framework and it's very clear to see what is a proper project and what isn't, I'm hoping that it will concentrate liquidity into the projects that really are trying to build the future of this space. And also, if there is a better regulatory framework in place, people that are on the sidelines, unsure about the future of crypto, can have a bit more certainty that the assets that are still there that they're looking to invest in are real projects and they're doing the right things because they are abiding by a really set out framework that's been put in place by the higher powers. Because let's be honest, crypto has been Wild West for a long time. And don't get me wrong, there are laws and there is regulation in crypto, but there's new things happening in crypto all of the time. I mean, no one saw the rise of meme coins happening. And broadly speaking, meme coins were not, classified as securities. So people were just thinking, oh, you know what, I can do what I want to do, and causing a lot of harm to people, which you can't do. So things like having a regulatory framework that encompasses the full crypto space and the activities that people may be doing, not whether, oh, you're a security or not a security, is very much needed. And obviously it's a big thing that Trump's pushing, has already spoken about. And I'm hoping to see some positive movement on this throughout the year of 2025. And this is going to be great for crypto, as long as it's done correctly. The third point here is institutional interest is growing. Bitcoin already has a lot of institutional money put into it. And now we are seeing other altcoins kind of move down the route of having ETFs filed for them, which is essentially a vehicle that will enable institutional money to flow into the crypto space. So we've already seen the likes of Ethereum, Solana, and so on, working down the ETF path, not to the success of Bitcoin as of yet, but there will be more assets, probably the top 20 30 maybe coins in the next few years will be open to institutional investment in a traditional way through ETFs. And this is really positive for crypto in terms of net inflows that can come into the market. So perhaps if the macroeconomic climate improves, we will end up seeing different ETFs come out for some of the biggest altcoins and more money flow in because institutions feel like the macroeconomic climate is favoring them to start going heavier and heavier in crypto. And to be honest, guys, it's quite simple. If there's more altcoins which are open to institutional money because of ETFs, there is the ability for more money to flow in. In addition to that, if the macroeconomic climate improves and institutions have a variety of ways to now put money into the space, then demand for different altcoins will grow, which will bring more money into the market, which will be very positive. And the fourth point here is to do with the macroeconomic climate. Now, it's been very up and down so far since Trump has come in, and I think a lot of people would have expected that because he's making big decisions that we're yet to see if they're going to pay off or not. And if some of those decisions do pay off and the macroeconomic climate improves, then we'll be in a position where, yes, institutional investors, like I said in the previous point, will hopefully have more options and will start putting money into the crypto market because the climate is better and institutions think very heavily about macroeconomic conditions. And on the other side, the general retail investors will also feel more confident investing in crypto because the economy is in a better shape. Now, there's a few things that can help with this. Number one is rate cuts in the US. At the moment, the Fed's kept them at around 4.25% to 4.5%. If we see rates start coming down, this is going to favor risk on assets like crypto much more because people can't just leave their money in a safe investment vehicle and get a return that's going to compete with inflation because inflation is still on the rise. So if interest rates start coming down, obviously that's a sign of a healthier economy. And on top of that, it's going to encourage people more to look for other ways to kind of invest their money because these kind of safer ways that are paying nearer to the interest rates are not going to be anywhere near where inflation is, and therefore they're actually losing value. So that's something that is a big thing. And if we see that later on this year, it's going to be super, super bullish for crypto. And something else I just wanted to mention as well, when we're talking about global economies, I want to talk about the involvement of kind of higher powers, governments and so on in crypto. Obviously, the US has almost spearheaded this in a way. I mean, of course, there's, places like El Salvador that came before them, but they've kind of said, yes, we have or going to have a Bitcoin Federal Reserve. And other countries might also follow suit and they might have a crypto reserve as well, which is going to bring money into the market, hopefully. This is bullish because it's accepting that crypto is here to stay and that it is a proper asset class. I mean, we all know that already, but to get kind of government approval is a big thing. On top of that, stablecoins which power crypto. There's going to be hopefully this year stablecoin bills, which brings more of a framework to them. And again, stablecoins, one of the best use cases of this technology that we have in the crypto world, especially when you think about countries wanting to use stablecoins to easily send money to, across border and things like that. If we end up having stablecoins having a part to play in international trade, that would be massive also for crypto. And it's, again, all about adoption of our technologies, especially if countries start launching their own versions of stablecoins, as long as they stick to the principles of what crypto was built on. And we've already seen this a little bit. There's a lot online about how Russia have been using stablecoins to bypass Western sanctions that are currently in place. Again, I don't know the truth behind this, but if you Google it, there's a lot that kind of comes up about this. So it's starting to show that countries are already turning to crypto as a way to conduct international trade. So there we have it. You might not have wanted to listen to this video because it's someone trying to be bullish about crypto, which, to be honest, crypto has done us wrong this year so far. I'm with you. I'm literally with you. I'm hurting as well. But it's always important to try and look at positives of what might come, and that's what I wanted to try and do in this video. We are still a growing industry. I mean, earlier on, I was talking about how now, obviously, when we look at the, say, exchange, which is the access point to a lot of retail investors, crypto exchanges, there's Kraken, who are raising on debt equity $1 billion to try and do an IPO in 2026. eToro, they filed their paperwork to do their IPO, trying to raise $400 million at $4.5 billion valuation. Coinbase, which is already publicly listed and traded company, trying to acquire the leading Bitcoin and Ether options platform. So there's a lot of building going on in this space. Again, it's not really being priced in or reflected right now because of global macroeconomic conditions, but the space is moving forward. And that's the beauty of doing what I do. I'm in the space every single day on the business side. The business side of crypto never stops. 24/7, we're conducting business, and yeah, we're making the most of this industry. We're getting value from it. And that's why I set up this channel, to let you guys know you can sit on the retail side of just trading and investing in crypto, or you can also enter the business side if you like crypto. And on the business side, regardless of market conditions, you can still be building a business for yourself, making money, supporting the people around you. So yeah, I'm going to drop a link in the description of this video with more information on how you get started in the business side of crypto, because no one talks about it, and it took me 4 years to learn what I learned. So if I can share that with people that are looking to get into the business side of crypto, then let's do it. Anyway, have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.